Viewers, tonight the reaction lobby must answer a failing argument. For years, this reaction lobby has told us that Islamist violence is merely a reflex, a reaction or a response to prejudice elsewhere. Hindutva in India, Zionism in Israel. Had these not been there, we wouldn't have seen the birth of Islamism, of political Islam. This was claimed after the Pahalgam attack, after the Red Fort bomb blast, after the October 7 massacre in Israel that plunged the Middle East in a war, or even after the Bondi Beach carnage a few weeks ago. That convenient theory lies shattered tonight in Bangladesh, viewers. This action-reaction theory is completely shattered. The logic behind this has been blown to smithereens in Dhaka. Why? Why am I saying that? Because Islamists there have targeted the Christian community in Dhaka. Yes, viewers, the Christian community. So, there in the middle of your screens are pictures of an attack on a Christian church. One person is dead. A big bomb blast takes place in the heart of Dhaka. And even as the tremors from the attack on the Christian community was rippling out, news came in of another lynching, again of a Hindu youth called Amrit Mondol. Just a few days ago, Deepu Das was burnt to a cinder. You can see that, viewers, that lynching taking place in the middle of your screens. Now, it is Amrit, this young man to the right of your screens. Now, viewers, different faiths, but the same fate. Christians, Hindus, bound by the same fate. What exactly is this a reaction to? This is not grievance-driven anger. This is ideological violence, implacable, expansionist and unselective. When Hindus are targeted, the excuse is India. When Christians are attacked, what is the alibi then? It's a fundamental question. When mobs burn, beat and bomb, who provoked whom? Let me remind you what the reaction lobby says, viewers, when there are terror attacks. Digvijay Singh, Congress leader, says atrocities against Hindus, and he's talking about Bangladesh, by the way, viewers. Reaction to crimes against minorities in India. Rashid Alvi, another Congress leader, says fundamentalist governments in both nations, therefore Hindus are targeted in Bangladesh and Muslims are targeted here. In a different context, speaking after the Red Fort bomb blast, viewers, Mehbooba Mufti, PDP chief, says government said everything was normal, but troubles of Kashmir echoed at the Red Fort. She's trying to imply, viewers, that the so-called saffron government at the center and its oppressive anti-Muslim policies in Jammu and Kashmir, alleged, viewers, created the backlash for aggrieved Kashmiris to strike in Red Fort. Imran Masood, another Congress MP, says Red Fort terrorists are misguided youth. Government is trying to destroy minority institutions like Al-Falah, which was, of course, that university from where these rotten seeds sprang, viewers. Hussain Dalwai, Congress leader, says Red Fort attack is a reaction to injustice in Jammu and Kashmir. Viewers, what was the reaction to the pogrom against Hindus, viewers, in 1990? There was no BJP in power at the center. It was supporting a government from the outside. They were a different brand of leaders, not associated really with Hindutva. Party was led at that time by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, that all of Latvian's political parties, all these liberal, so-called liberal parties, confer a big certificate of secularism to us. Islamism, let's be honest, does not need a trigger. It does not wait for injustice. It is imperialistic and advances through intimidation. The events in Bangladesh expose the bankruptcy of those that keep offering explanations instead of calling out the threat. The question is simple but unavoidable. When violence moves from one community to another with equal ease, Hindus today, Christians tomorrow, Sikhs the day after, isn't it time to admit Islamism is a self-motivating doctrine with a clear end, and that is the establishment of Darul Islam or the House of Islam globally? Let's ask that fundamental question tonight, viewers. I want to begin with Mr. Umar Junaidi. He's a political analyst. He speaks a lot about issues such as this, Muslim identity, and so on and so forth. So, Mr. Junaidi, I have to ask you a question. Now there's been an attack in Bangladesh on a Christian church. And the attack on Hindus was linked to this action-reaction business. So how do you explain this attack by Islamists on Christians, sir?
My views are very clear. When I say the Islam is religion of peace, and anybody, it might be a Maulana, it might be a youth who might have the wrong ideology, teach by the wrong followers of Islam, it is not connected to the Islam. Islam teaches love and peace. Anybody who follows the path of destruction and killing anybody or attacking anybody is not part of the Islam, because the teachings of Islam are very clear.
Okay.
Now the very point is, these, as you said, these people who don't deserve humanity, who don't deserve any good from the society, are not the people who have learnt Islam. They have been misguided by the so-called terrorist Maulanas who teach them the wrong Islam, who teach them that the jihad is like killing off any Hindu or a Christian. It is not Islam. So it is nowhere connected to Islam. It is the people who don't know Islam,
okay,
uses the word
sir,
Islam,
I want you to pay attention.
Islam.
I want you to pay attention to another video. Can you see this individual in the middle of your screens? This is a person who has been indoctrinated by the JMB, which is a terror organization that fights under the banner of Islam. On the right, sir, is a Muslim who's holding up the flag of ISIS. The man in the center of your screens is attacking a university, Dhaka University, a plural secular space of learning. Hopefully, this gentleman is not trying to take us back to the Stone Ages. Why is he attacking a secular institution?
First of all, he don't deserve to be said as a gentleman. Anybody who does the destruction is not a gentleman.
Mr. Junaidi, it's all very well for you to say all of these things, but why is he in there? He's not a Hindu, he's not a Christian, he's not a Sikh, he's a Muslim. And he is somebody who has been radicalized. By what ideology? What is in him that is making him attack the symbols of progression?
The wrong ideology. That is what I am saying.
So,
it is the wrong ideology.
Okay. So let me now.
To them.
Okay. Wrong ideology fed by whom, viewers? By people within the faith, isn't it?
No.
No.
No. The people who use the name of the religion and faith.
Right. So they are not your co-religionists
for their own purpose.
Okay. So let me bring in Sushil Pandit.
The monsters who use religion,
right,
Islam as their tag,
right,
to misguide the people to satisfy their own goals and missions.
So are you saying, sir, that the whole of Bangladesh today has taken this turn? Because I'm not seeing anybody arresting these people. I'm not seeing anyone militating against them. In fact, the flag bearer of this ideology has been buried near the parliament, Mr. Sushil Pandit. Can you believe it? In fact, within the precincts of parliament, a grave has been dug out for him. And there is a leader who's coming from exile, the leader of the Bangladeshi Nationalist Party, BNP, the son of Sheikh Hasina, in exile for several years. He's coming back, and tomorrow morning he goes and he will pay obeisance to this memorial that was just set up a few days back to honor an individual who says his mission is to turn the world into Darul Islam. Here in this country, we honor Mahatma Gandhi, an apostle of peace. Their viewers and Mr. Pandit, they are going to put on a pedestal a hate monger. What does this tell you?
Namaste, Rahul, for having me on this show. You were trying hard with the earlier panelists, but let me tell you, it's very difficult to deal with terror apologists and to get them to agree. He says this is not real Islam. The highest seat of learning Islam today in a university is Al-Azhar University in Cairo, the Egyptian university. I mean, it's widely acclaimed all over the world. And a certain gentleman, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, was a PhD in Islamic studies from that university. And he goes on to head a movement called ISIS, which was beheading Shias like goats and sheep and publicizing those videos. Now, I don't know where he got his Islam from. I don't know where Hafiz Saeed got his Islam from. I don't know where Azhar Mahmood got his Islam from. I don't know where the founder of Boko Haram or Janjaweed got their Islam from. I think all of them got their Islam wrong. Only this political analyst sitting on your show knows the true Islam. Everybody else committing murders, massacres all over the world have got their Islam wrong.
It is not only me, sir. It is not only me.
Please,
No, one second, Mr. Junaidi, let him finish. He never spoke over you.
Finished yet.
He never spoke over you, Mr. Junaidi.
I'm not finished.
Mr. Junaidi, he did not speak over you. Let him finish.
I'm not finished
Let
yet.
him finish. Let him finish. I'll intervene. Let him finish.
Thank you. So those who are committing these carnages on our either side, whether it is Pakistan or Bangladesh, do you remember Priyantha Kumara in 2021, a Sri Lankan Buddhist was chased by a mob similarly when he was begging for his life and was burnt alive after being pummeled by hundreds of mobsters. Now, exactly that is what has happened to Deepu Chandra Das. And it is eerily similar to what happened to us in 1990. Targeted, hunted. We were chased down the streets. We were gunned down. We were found out in rice drums and gunned down there. We were abducted and raped. Our eyes gouged out. Shot in the forehead where we put our tilak. Most gruesome of murders. Why? To terrorize, to chase away, or to convert. This has been an abiding, consistent, recurring pattern all over the world. We've been through it. The point is, please stop apologizing for terror. Stop being prevaricative about it. Stop inventing excuses.
Okay.
You cannot fool all the kafirs all the time. It is about time we all woke up and called it for what it is.
Sheikh Amir, let me ask you this question.
Let me, Rahul, let me intervene.
No, one second, because I'll ask you a question, Mr. Junaidi. I'll ask you a question and you won't be able to answer it. Just give me 30 seconds because we are talking about another space within the subcontinent. Sushant Sareen is also here. Let's hear everybody out. You can always come back. No problems. I'm not going to stop you. Please give me 30 seconds, please. Mr. Sheikh Amir, I have to ask you a question tonight. What ideology led to the persecution of Hindus in Kashmir, sir? What was this? And why is it that in Kashmir, the flag bearers of these othering ideologies, whether it's Hezbollah, Hamas, or even the Jaish-e-Mohammed, or the Hizbul Mujahideen, or the Lashkar-e-Toiba, their janazas are accompanied by millions and millions of people. How is this possible, sir, if you say that these people are preaching a corrupted view of Islam?
Rahul, I don't know whether we are debating about Islam, Bangladesh, Gaza, or we are debating about Kashmir. First of all, we should be, you should be clear about what's the debate about. Sushil Pandit comes in and he starts blaming Islam. And in a very indirect way, he's talking about Islam. He blames the ideology of Islam. Now the kind of atmosphere existing in Bangladesh was not present there when there was Congress ruling India. What happened in Bangladesh?
My God.
No,
Which rock have you crawled out from under, sir?
No. You just
Okay,
you're
go
not.
on.
Yes.
Boliye, sir.
So
Boliye.
this kind of atmosphere, when you are debating about Bangladesh,
Yes.
the people out there, it doesn't come from education or religion. Religion does not create criminals. They don't create terrorists. The ideology is not Islam. The ideology they have, it is violence, and they are doing it. And we can only condemn. We cannot take action, but we can take action because we are Indians. What's happening here? You don't debate about that. If we call those people lynching people who belong to minorities, and do we blame Hinduism? No, we don't. And when it comes to Bangladesh, and you start blaming Islam and Muslims.
Sir,
There
can
is a
I ask
particular-
you a question? It's a very simple question, and I'll repeat it because you're not answering that question. Afzal Guru, Burhan Wani, there was a demand by Kashmiri Muslims to erect their memorials in the valley. These people
don't say
were-
Kashmiri Muslims. I'm a Kashmiri
Arre?
Muslim. I never demanded.
Well, there are many
No,
of them. I can give you
we
the
never
record of
demanded.
them. I can give you a whole list of them.
Give that
They are your
record to-
leaders, they are politicians
give
that
record
you
to the
elect.
government.
No, one
Government has
second.
that
These
record.
are politicians
Let
that
them
you
arrest
elect.
those people.
These are
Let them arrest
politicians
those
that you
supporters.
elect,
I am
sir.
not the supporter.
Sheikh Ahmed, these are politicians that you elect.
The government
They
has
were
the data.
separatists.
Who
No,
were
no,
the
hang on.
supporters, who were the
Separatist
sympathizers?
politicians, excuse me. Separatist politicians that demanded and mainstream politicians that demanded. Now,
Those
tell
Hurriyat
me,
leaders, when they are-
tell me,
when-
tell me.
when
No, one
Hurriyat
second, sir. Tell me,
leaders,
tell me. Sir,
Rahul,
please, I'm asking you a
Rahul,
question,
you
sir.
answer me. I'll ask you a question. You answer me. You
Yeah,
answer
please,
me.
go ahead.
Some of the Hurriyat leaders are with BJP. And in the
Sir,
BJP government, there was a minister in
Mr.
the
Amir,
BJP government who was the Hurriyat leader.
Mr. Amir, I'm
Why?
asking you a question. I'm asking you a very simple question. Where were these people saying that we do not want these people who have committed murders and are committing acts of terror in the name of Islam, we don't want anything to do with them? There were millions of people who marched in the funeral processions. As I said, and these are facts, and I can show you the visuals, sir, of Hamas terrorists,
you are telling me-
Hezbollah terrorists, Mr.
Rahul,
Burhan
please.
Wani.
I
No,
heard your question.
One minute.
Now let me answer.
So
I heard you.
why
This
was
is
there
not a
misplaced
question.
sympathy? Mr. Faruqi says.
This is not a question.
No,
You are
one
trying to
second.
set a narrative.
No, please.
You asked a question, let me answer.
Okay, Mr. Junaidi rather, not Faruqi. Junaidi says that we don't believe that these people are part of our faith. But why do you march for them?
Rahul, when you say...
Why do you mourn them?
When you say, where were those Kashmiri people? Why didn't they raise their voice? More than 50,000
I'm not saying that,
people were-
sir. I'm
more
not even
than
asking you to
50,000
raise your voice. You're
more than
exempt from that.
50,000
I'm
more
asking
than-
you
Rahul,
what
I'm
mentality
answering, Rahul,
elects.
let me
What
Let me
mentality elects a person? I'm asking you. A person from the National Conference who's a member of parliament who comes out and says that you see these Hindus who are coming in to my valley as tourists are cultural invaders. What mindset elects a person like that? Can you explain to me?
Are you done with your question?
I'm
Because
asking-
multiple questions you asked. Are you done? Can I answer?
Please, please.
Let me answer your first question. When you say where were these people, where were the Kashmiri Muslims, when all this was happening in Kashmir, where were they?
No,
Let me
I'm
tell
saying
you,
why were
more than
they
50
attending the funeral
more than-
processions and
Yes,
mourning
yes.
terrorists?
Rahul, more than 50,000 Kashmiri people got killed who raised their voice against these terrorists, against the Pakistani terrorism, against the Pakistani terrorism
now
in
we are
Kashmir.
coming to the point. Now we are coming to the point. Viewers, and Sushant Sareen, can you please explain to this gentleman that Islamist terror knows no prisoners? Whether you are a Muslim, whether you are somebody
We won't
from
talk
another
about the
faith,
people
they
who
will
are
they
talking
will go
about
after
Hindu
you as
Atmawadi,
long as you
Hindu
don't
Atmawadi
enlist in their mission. Could you please
Unfortunate.
explain, and also could you please correct this man's very limited knowledge of Bangladesh, where he says when Congress governments were in power, none of this was happening in Bangladesh.
Yeah, in fact, I intended to do that, Rahul. But I think the first question which both the gentlemen need to be asked is that the moment they need to decide, is Islam an ideology or is it a religion? Because the moment you say it's an ideology, then the politics part comes in. And when you go in for politics,
Islam is a
then
religion
according
of
to
peace, is
Islamic
what my
canons,
first statement
yeah,
was, sir. I
but
never said
what is the point
ideology.
of interfering?
If you not
Rahul, I
interfere,
can't, I,
Mr. Junaidi,
I can't.
let him respond.
let them speak.
Let him first
This is
respond
crazy.
to Mr. Amir.
Because you asked me, I answered.
I said nothing. What he will respond.
He never said.
This is not a debate.
Let him. A debate is, sir, when people actually
No, I
ask
said
people
nothing.
other
What he-
questions
what
and they
Sushant-
exchange views.
what
Can you
Sushant
allow
is
him to
responding?
exchange his view? Did he bark down your throat?
Responding
No.
what? Responding what? What did I say?
Let him finish, sir. Let him finish his point. Don't cut him off and
You are-
selectively quote
you are
him.
conducting a
Let him
debate.
finish. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why he's getting so het up because he himself said the ideology of Islam. And you can play back your tape and you'll find out. I was taking notes of what he was saying. So I don't know what he's getting so het up about. Secondly, according to Islamic canons, in a Islamic state or in Islamic any country which runs according to Islamic principles, there are only three options left for non-Muslims. One is convert. If you don't convert, you have to pay jizya. And if you're not willing to do that, you are to be beheaded. And please ask them to tell me whether I'm wrong or right. And they should bring out the text or within Islam and say that I'm wrong. I'll accept it, but allow me to push back also. Secondly, this gentleman is saying that under Congress governments, Bangladesh was a haven for minorities. I think he should understand that the reason CAA was brought in, and there was a cutoff date of 31st December originally, 2014, was because a lot of the exodus from Bangladesh had taken place before 2014, including in the 10 intervening years of the UPA government and much before that. So the exodus or the ethnic cleansing or the religious cleansing of Hindus in Bangladesh has been going on even after the liberation of Bangladesh. It's not that it only happened during the liberation war, it has happened even after that, including under so-called secular governments in India. So this is not something which is related to Hindutva or a BJP government in India. Thirdly, the moment you start talking in terms of an action-reaction cycle, be very, very careful. Because if you are going to go down this road, then there are also other people who will use that same excuse to target minorities in other countries, including not just limited to India, but including in the United States where it's already happening, including in European countries all across the world. So be very careful. People with motor mouths in the Indian opposition talk about this action reaction to justify these massacres. They need to be extremely careful what they are talking about. And at the end of the day, even if I was willing to accept Mr. Junaidi's thing that this is not what Islam says, this is what people who are using Islam, why is it that there are not enough people within the Muslim community who come out and declare them to be non-Muslim for doing this? For example, within India, why hasn't Mr. Junaidi and other people like him who feel so offended by these characters come out and say that this is not according to Islam? The reason being, it is according to Islam. One part of Islam says what Mr. Junaidi is telling you on your television program. There is another part of Islam which does not admit any kind of tolerance for minorities. Now, what happens is they pick and choose. But the moment you say that, please, in Western societies and other Semitic religions, it is a similar problem. You read the Bible, you read the Old Testament, they're quite blood-curdling in their own way, right? And what happens in those?
Yeah.
The societies, Christian societies in a large part of the Western countries have actually, eliminated those parts. They are there in the text, but they don't allow their societies to be run on those principles. Do Muslim societies, why are Muslim societies not ready to repudiate those things? Simply because they say that, look, whatever is written in Quran has come from Allah,
Okay.
and there is no way you can go into reformation. So it's a kind of a catch-22 situation.
It's a catch-22.
And this is what we really need to look at
And
very
we need to
carefully.
look at it. And viewers, we're going to deep dive this for another 10 minutes.